Okay, so there seems to be one major sticking point that is preventing a deal from happening right now between the Players Association and the owners, and it's the international draft, something that the owners have wanted for a while, and the Players Union is against. And there's been a couple things like the tying draft pick compensation to qualifying offers. Now the MLB owners have offered that in the trade. They were willing to eliminate qualifying offers and compensation that goes along with it in exchange for an international draft at some point, which they've allocated a pool of money that's greater than the money that they currently allocate to the international free agents. The kids, the Robert Garriuses of the world, the Jason Dominguez of the world. That's already been confirmed that the pool itself is about almost $15 million more than currently. So, again, more money to the coffers, right, and more money to the players. I know they've capped it at the highest level for the highest paid guys, but they brought in a lot more down below so that the younger kids can get a little bit more signing bonus and whatnot. So, but the fact is, more money coming into the coffers. Now, we're finding out now that the MLB Players Association is against this international draft. So, and it's holding a lot of the stuff up because they're pretty close. They're essentially at the 1 yard line at mostly everything now. And I've gone over some of the financial parameters of the CBT levels and the minimum salaries and all this other stuff. So what happened a little while ago is MLB gave them 3 options, okay, in terms of international draft. And they would like to get an answer on one of them today before continuing with renegotiations. So option 1 is an international draft exchange for eliminating direct draft pick compensation. That's option 1. I mentioned that. 2 would be keeping things at the same. So there'd be no international draft, but there would still be qualifying offers attached and draft pick compensation attached to certain players. Now, getting rid of that increases the marketability of players and increases the amount of teams that would go after them because they don't have to forfeit these things. So it increases the potential of more suitors. So it again brings more money to the top players. So that's obviously a good thing. And option 3 is eliminating the draft pick compensation and giving the players in the union until November 15th to agree to the draft, but it won't begin until 2024. And if they reject it by then the MLB can reopen the collective bargaining agreement. It becomes a 3-year CBA instead of a 5-year CBA. And so instead of the new CBA expiring in 2025, this one would expire at the end of 2023, and we could be in the same situation again. So, but at this point, they've come so far to let something like this really sabotage negotiations when they're close to scoring a touchdown would be really detrimental. And again, keep in mind too, if this doesn't happen, and not only are they going to lose games, but they're going to have to renegotiate, or they're going to have to start negotiating on how to handle service time and salary because the season's at 162 games. Those are all new negotiations. They're going to be set back, and a lot of the other financial parameters are probably going to go backwards as well. They're already over at $700,000 for the minimum salary. They got higher CBT levels, universal DH. There's so many things that are going to come to the game right now that would make it better and put more money in the pockets of players. And letting something like this tank the whole thing would be kind of foolish. And now, the ball's essentially in the court, the players' court, and the players' union court. It's up to them. They have 3 options. They could choose either one. I know they don't want to be stuck with another deadline this November 15th because they've been given deadlines already, and the deadline has already been moved to tonight. So, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you don't want to miss when this thing breaks. So, because I'll put it out immediately. And that's pretty much the hold-up point right now. What's preventing a deal from happening, according to pretty much everybody. Evan Drellick, you got Bob Nightingale. Who else do we have here? Chelsea James. Pretty much everybody. Everybody, any significant beat writer and well-known beat writer, Jeff Passan in baseball, is corroborating all this stuff. So that's where we're at right now. And again, that November 15th deadline for the union to agree, at least it gives them several months. Almost the whole entire year to, I guess, research it and decide whether they want to do this. Which still, even if they agree to this, number 3, a deal can be made. A deal can be done and the lockout can be ended. So it remains to be seen what the union is going to do, but they've completely changed their tone. MLB thought they had a deal already, a flat-out trade for international draft in exchange for getting rid of draft pick compensation tied to a qualifying offer. So now it's a different tune from the players union. So we'll see what happens. That is pretty. It sounds like that's the last thing, but or one of the last things. But all the other big things are right there. So I'll keep you posted, guys. Over and out.